today's episode of Food Combination Reviews, I'm going to be reviewing pickles paired with melted chocolate. This was suggested by a commenter, Sean, and upon getting back from the shop, I actually realised that he had specifically requested pickled salad. I didn't get pickled salad, I got gherkins instead. I actually didn't read the comment very well. I think in that case my dyslexia got the better of me. And this isn't an excuse, but does go some way towards an explanation. But I hope that gherkins and melted chocolate still ticks all the correct boxes for you, Sean. A little bit of housekeeping before we begin. Last episode I had said that Asda had recently been purchased by Walmart. And this information is actually incorrect. And I'd like to thank Callum for pointing that out. Asda, I can see here on the BBC News page, Asda was actually purchased by the billionaire Issa brothers in a $6.8 billion deal in October 2020 with their private equity firm TDR Capital. So apologies again for that. In this post-truth age of misinformation, the last thing I'd ever want to do is contribute to any confusion. The reason I checked my nose just there is because I actually filmed this very same food combination last week. I ate the whole thing, and upon reviewing the footage I realised that I actually had a bogey in my nose for the entire episode. And I ran it by a few friends. Some of them said it was noticeable, some said it wasn't. But at the end of the day, we are striving for quality on this channel, and I don't think you'd see food personalities like Matthew Matheson or Binging with Babish or Brad from Bon Appetit have a bogey in their nose. So I decided to reshoot, just in the interests of maintaining the high quality that everyone's become accustomed to these days on YouTube. So without further ado, let's get to it. I'm going with Asda own brand gherkins, pickled gherkins, and similarly just plain chocolate from Asda. As I'm mixing the gherkins into the chocolate here, I can see that the chocolate isn't adhering to them really, which is very strange. Like a little bit like, have you seen those clips of hydrophobic materials on the internet, where the two substances just don't get along? I don't think that bodes well for this combination. Okay. As I say, I have already filmed this, so this reaction isn't a true first reaction, but I'll do my best to still explain it with as much enthusiasm as you've come to expect. So initially I'm just hit with gherkin, no chocolate at all really. The second time around it's actually not as bad. Again, still no chocolate really, just gherkins. I remember from last time it started to get not very nice when the aftertaste of the chocolate started to build up. And then you really got that clash. A little bit of a tangent, but just looking at this makes me think you could make a very surprising Rice Krispie cake with it. Or instead of Rice Krispies, you obviously have the gherkins, which reminds me of a time my mum left us some chocolate and Rice Krispies to make Rice Krispie cakes with, and she was out and left us with a babysitter. But the babysitter was worried about using all of the Rice Krispies, so didn't put enough in, and we ended up with these very dense brick-like Rice Krispie cakes that could have easily given someone a black eye, which really isn't what you want in a Rice Krispie cake, obviously, but we were just children and we didn't know any better. And my mum got home and I don't think she said anything to the babysitter, but I remember her being very unimpressed with the standard of the activity that had been provided. It's a bit of a tangent, but I just think, again, another serious way to mess up Rice Krispie cakes would be, it would have been worse if she'd used pickles instead of Rice Krispies. That's what I'm trying to say. And my sister doesn't remember it at all, but she's the younger one. I think I must have been about 6. So now that I've filmed all that, again, I'm not really sure if that take was really as good as the first one. And I think when you're making any sort of art, it's really important not to doubt yourself and to just go with what you believe in. But it's just difficult sometimes to know whether what you're doing is any good. Hi guys, this is Ian from the future here, just editing this video. I noticed that I'd failed to rate the combination. I got so caught up in artistic self-doubt that I'd just forgotten what I was even meant to be doing. So sorry about that. For those wondering, I rate this combination 3.5 stars. Anyway. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, then give the video a like. Be sure to subscribe and comment about what food combinations you'd like me to review next. A friend of mine had suggested it could be a nice combination next time. So why not leave a nice combination in the comments?